Lorient-Faibish.
That's right.
What's going on? Hello, everybody. We have a low connection. Let's see about getting it better. Live. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I haven't been live in a long ass time.
Same with me. It was with you the last time, so it's been a while.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, in like August, I think.
Well, what I'm here to say is it's been a hell of a fall. I mean, I know we start, it feels like winter, but we start winter on the 21st, which is tomorrow, the solstice.
Yeah.
I mean, the winter solstice, exactly. Hi, Janine. And hi, Barbara, good to see you. And I haven't been live in so long because so much has happened over my fall, and I want to tell you all about it. But first, let me introduce my guest, the incomparable Nadia Lloyd. Yay!
Wow. That's such a big word to live up to.
You are incomparable. You inspire me all the time. You're from the Empower Tribe Collective, which I'm so honored to be a part of. You curate, the art crawl, the Toronto Art Crawl, which just blows my mind. Janine, you're so sweet to say we're lovely ladies.
Hi, Janine.
And I just want to say what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some sharing, everybody, because sharing is caring. And what I really want, sorry guys, I really want us to have as many, I don't know, have as many people join us as possible, essentially. Because, we're going to be talking about what do you do when you are, in the ashes, in the trenches of life, when life throws you massive lemons. What do you do? What do you do? And so I firstly just want to do some sharing, which I'm going to do.
One thing I can do when life throws me lemons is have tequila because I don't drink anymore. So I make lemonade.
That's very interesting that you do that. It's sort of an interesting. What's the word I want to say? Whoa, let's kill this. Hang on.
In the trenches of life.
Yes, sorry. I'm going to kill it. Can you tell that I'm technically not as fantastic as I was before I took my big break?
That's all right.
So they've changed the format of sharing it to a group, which is kind of interesting. Share in a group, which I will do. Okay, so here we go. I want to put it on my Courageous Conversations group, which is such a wonderful place, safe space for everybody to join and feel supported. And also, I would like to share it I'm going to share it with the Positive People Army, which, I think we are all trying to be positive people no matter what hell life throws us, which is fine. Thank you. You and I are working together here,
We're a team. We're a team.
Hi. Okay, here we go. Positive People Army. And also, I want to share it on... that's good for now because then I'll share the replay elsewhere. But let's start to talk about some of the things that have happened. The one thing you and I connected on recently is on the loss of very close family members.
Yeah.
So my mom passed away November. My mom passed away November 17th, and my mother wasn't sick for 83 years. She was never sick for 83 years. Amazing. Here's a picture of my mom young. You can see my mom young. She was a looker. Anyway, so on October 4th, I took her to the doctor, and because she was kind of losing weight and kind of a little bit jaundiced. And I'm like, Mom, what's going on with you? What's happening? She's like, I'm fine. I'm okay. I said, well, let's go to the doctor. So we went to her doctor, and at that moment he looked at her, and she was jaundiced and had lost weight significantly and he says, you got to go. You really, really got to go to the Emerge. So we went to Emerge, and 13 hours later, after a CT scan, they confirmed 4th stage pancreatic cancer. Boom!
That's
the worst of the
bomb.
worst. Yeah, that's like
bomb.
with lesions on stomach and liver. Holy moly.
That's a bomb.
Thanks, Yutushka. Nice to see you, sweetheart. So then we ended up realizing that, okay, this is a 100-day diagnosis. This is not anything but that. 100-day diagnosis. So I knew I was going to lose my mother before Christmas. And so we ended up at a beautiful hospice called Kensington Hospice. I really recommend this place.
Beautiful.
What a
beautiful place.
Oh my God, 10 beds. They treat you like you are family, essentially. They are my family now. And they treated my mother so incredibly. And this is OHIP covered. So, we are so fortunate in that regard.
Absolutely.
And you lost someone recently.
I lost my brother in January. And,
oh my God.
And sadly,
he was young. He was
57.
God.
And sadly, we don't even have a date of passing because it may have been weeks before he was found. And he died in his sleep. So there was no goodbye.
Jesus.
There was no warning. There was nothing. I just woke up one morning at the end of January and I'd missed something like 26 phone calls and email, text messages from my family. Just everybody was trying to get a hold of me to let me know without letting me know on text.
On
right?
text
It was
or
like,
phone.
hey,
Yeah.
Nadia, where are you? Call us, Nadia.
Got to talk
we need
to
to
you.
speak to you, Nadia, Nadia, Nadia. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
And he had been dead for a couple of weeks. We don't know.
We don't know.
Just, I mean, I guess it's here's what I got to say, because I believe that the soul doesn't die. I believe that we live on forever. And so I believe that my relationship with my mother, even though in life was very complicated, that I have a very prolifically evolved relationship with her from the spirit.
World,
spirit world. We do the prayers every day. But I have to say, it's 6 weeks short, so powerful time frame to really fix the relationship. And the other blessing is dying in your sleep. Like if you die in your sleep, it's kind of like a blessing for him, but not a blessing for the family because you don't get to say goodbye.
Yeah. So I lost my dad in 2014 to illness, like you lost your mom, but it went on for...
How long?
About a year and a half.
See, that's a long time.
It was, and also... it was a liver disease, not alcohol related, because everybody jumps to that. He was taking medication for something else, and the medication basically destroyed his liver without anyone knowing or warning.
Yeah, that's...
and as my father was losing weight, I was losing weight.
You were kind of in simpatico with him.
Oh, I mean, every time we would see each other, because he lived out of town, my family would look at him and I and be like, what's going on
What's going on with you two?
You've lost 20 pounds, she's lost 20 pounds, you've lost another 10, she's lost another 10. Just to show you to what extent it hit me physically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, losing my brother in his sleep is also a blessing and a curse, though, because we had some unfinished business.
Oh,
we had sibling rivalries. We had things I always figured I've got
figure
plenty
it out.
of time
Yeah, exactly.
to figure out,
Some regrets then. A little bit of regrets there. Or have you resolved them?
No, I'm fine now, actually. So what happened after I found out he passed away, I thought I was equipped to handle grief because I'd lost my dad, and I figured, okay, I know it's coming.
I know I
and
can
I'll
do
be
this,
able to.
yeah.
And as I was like saying that out loud, I was I was tanking until a few months passed. Again, I'd lost weight. I'd stopped eating practically. One day my son said to me, one morning at breakfast, like I thought I was putting on a brave face for him. And one morning at breakfast, he looks at me and he's like, Mommy, why are you always so sad? And that's when I thought, oh, damn it. The one person I've been trying to hide all this from, thinking I was successful.
Oh. Out of the mouth of babes.
Out of the mouth of babes. So thank goodness him saying this to me triggered something in me that made me realize that, okay, I need help. I can't do this on my own. Let's make some phone calls, get a psychotherapist, a personal trainer. Let me open up to my family, because I had kind of shut down with family and friends. So let's open up and let's give this grief some love so I can move through it.
It's so incredible what occurs. Well, when children notice that the parent is sad, which is what I saw my mother be, is depressed most of my life. And it was tough on your son, because it's painful for a kid to watch that. It's painful for a kid to see my mom, and then they become the solution makers and the solvers.
And my little guy I don't want to say he's a people pleaser, but he does love to keep the peace around. So as soon as I realized that he had noticed my sadness, that's when I realized that, oh boy, he will start to internalize my sadness.
That's right.
I've done it for my folks.
There you go. There it is. Multi-generational bullshit.
And I don't want to do it with my son.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to feel and carry these burdens. Yeah. So him saying to me, Mommy, why are you always so sad? It was a huge wake-up call to, like, okay.
And you changed everything, didn't you?
I mean, like, practically overnight.
I know.
I finally stepped out of my my sadness and made some decisions. Yeah. So instead of just sitting there crying all day, I made some decisions. I started asking around for a psychotherapist. Yeah. I started asking around for a personal trainer. I just slowly gathered my energy.
You changed your whole relationship to alcohol?
I quit drinking and smoking weed. Because that also was keeping me stuck in grief. So it was helping me numb early on, but then I realized that, you can't numb certain emotions and not others.
That's right.
So I had to let go of all the numbing and
grieving comes in waves.
Head on. It does,
It comes in waves. It comes in these massive tsunamis that just have blown me away. As I said, I had a really my mother was not an easy person. When you grew up with a mother who's mentally ill with depression, everything is skewed. So she would, I could experience her anger toward me, and I would feel hurt, and I would feel devastated by that. But really, as I got older, of course, I became a psychotherapist. Wonder why? LOL.
And I'm an artist. I don't know.
Interesting.
All good.
I remember as a kid, she'd be angry, raging, and I'd be so hurting. Later as an adult, I realized, she's hurting. She's hurting so much. Yeah. She's effed up in her being, and she doesn't know how to, and she, the ego is a remarkable thing, and she just never went and got help. She did the best she could. She came up she was born in the 30s, came up in the 60s and 70s. There wasn't a lot of psychotherapy. There was a lot of Valium being given,
and cigarettes and alcohol.
And she was all into that.
A nice little wifey,
perfect, gorgeous. Exactly.
And just keep it nice
and be beautiful peaceful. And thin and cute. And this is what my mother, invested in, her beauty and her all that stuff. So the substance was painful inside her. The stuff inside her was a lot of pain inside her. So and I have some guilt because, and this is my full disclosure thing, is my mother kept saying, go and do some pricing of the silver because we don't need it anymore. Let's make some money on that. And I was like, I'll do it when I can. I've got so much on my plate. I'll do it when I can. And I said, I'll do it over the holidays. Well, guess what I'm doing over the holidays? I'm doing it though so that we can price out her estate, not for my mom. And I feel bad about that. But honestly, I just felt, to be honest with you, while she was alive, the thing that I felt a lot of was really burdened by her depression and how hard that was to always have her be so sad all the time and not happy and not nothing was enough and I wasn't enough and nothing was enough and no one was enough and nothing was enough and all these things. And it's like
everybody feels it, when you're down. It's not just you.
It's not just you. Everybody does, which is why there's such an important motivation for people to get help and don't be alone and join my free closed group called Courageous Conversations, because everyone's there to support you and you're not alone. And if you can't afford a therapist, well, join a group, that's free. 12-step, whatever it is, because that's all free stuff. But I will say that the thing that what's this live about? What hell have you been through that has dimmed your light? What hell have you been through that has dimmed your light? And I want to ask that. What hell have you been through that has made you hide yourself, not be your full, shiny self, apologize for yourself, judge yourself, internalize other people's crap,
internalize your own,
be full of that shit within you. What hell have you been through, through your own fault or someone else's fault or no one's fault or circumstantial life or bullying or trauma or whatever the F? What have you been through that has destroyed your ability, or not permanently, because I believe we always have a way out.
And knowledge is the first step. Acknowledgement is the first step.
Acknowledgement and awareness is the first step. And so I want people to share it here, but awareness alone can do nothing.
No, of course. It's just the first step.
It's just the first step, just the first step. I say to people, you need a formula to create change. And awareness is phenomenal, but alone can do F all.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? And so you need persistence, and you need courage, and you need repetition, and that's what creates the formula for change.
And resources too, right? Not be shy to reach out to someone like you, a psychotherapist, and say, help me delve into this a little further, help me figure this out, help me bring it to the surface, help me work through the layers.
Yeah, and Yutushka said, I shared with my children and close ones that I wish for them to celebrate my life when I pass to the best of their ability. Yeah. I mean, we had a celebration of life for my mother's final thing because my mother didn't celebrate her life. But we thought, my sister and I are about celebrating life. So I wanted to really, 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 speak about that in terms of my speech was about the celebration of life, but also the difficulty I had with my beautiful mother. At the same time, the healing in the 6 weeks of the demise of her health we healed a lot of rifts, a lot of, not even rifts, but a lot of misunderstandings. My mother spoke, I have video of my mother saying how much she realizes how loyal my sister and I have been to her. And my sister and I said, we've always been there for you. You just sometimes didn't recognize it. And she took us in and she said, wow, we're so close as a family. She always said we weren't. I said, we're so close as a family. And she said, you know, we'll be from the beyond. We will connect from beyond, you know. And that's
the non-physical, yeah.
The non-physical, the non-physical. So awareness is first. What do you think? I mean, one of the things I admire about you so much is that you are such a profound gratitude person. You have such gratitude for life, and you manifest good things in life because of that attitude toward life. What is your, how do you put your energy out into the society, into community, to create like a circle of giving and taking and giving and, you know, giving and receiving and giving and receiving?
Yeah, well,
I've seen you do so many community things. What's coming up?
I'd say number one, I always ask the universe, and I've been doing this practice for years, how can I be of service to the world while still pursuing my passions and giving my talents a place to shine?
Say that again. How can I be of service to the world?
Yeah, while still
right.
Allowing my passions and talents to shine, because I've tried working for the man, it hasn't worked. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. I'm a free spirit. Thankfully, I have these entrepreneurial skills that has allowed me to self-sustain my life forever. Yeah. So
I mean, because the truth is we can't really just give. And feel good. It's a combo. You got to fill yourself, and you got to give. It's a combination of things. You got to give of yourself.
Absolutely,
but you got to give to yourself.
And for me, creativity is my oxygen.
Yeah.
So as long as I get to be creative and I get to create things that come from a place of passion and heart for me, then I've learned that I can be of service to others. So for example, I run a company called Toronto Art Crawl, and I've been doing that for 7 years, and I run large scale art markets.
And there's lineups around the block to get in.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And actually, I meditate on those lineups. I close my eyes and I meditate, and I see them, and I help to attract them into my existence. But this is how I give back to other creatives in the city, is I give them a platform to A, sell their products and their art, make a living, and B, grow a fan base and have a creative outlet as well.
So beautiful.
And actually, so Victoria, we know each other because we met at the beach. Yeah. We clicked right away. And I invited you to speak at one of my newest venture, which is called 2020 and 2020. It's an event that I'm running for the first time in January for sort of a new branch of what I do called the Empowered Tribe Collective.
Empowered Tribe Collective. I love the title.
Empowered Tribe. And let me just say that, less than 11 months ago, when I was in the depth of my depression and grieving my brother, I could not have imagined being, spearheading anything called Empowered Tribe Collective, because I wasn't feeling empowered at all. But through some of the choices and decisions I made to step out of my depression, and also to open up to others and be vulnerable and ask for help, and through that bring the right people into my world, like you, people who've helped to uplift me, shower me with love, make me feel better. Yeah, now I'm putting together this event that is really meant to lift others around me. And I'm so super excited because I've got some knowledge to share, you have some knowledge to share. Yeah. And even the women coming to the symposium will have knowledge to share with each other. So absolutely. Like it's not an easy venture to put together, and it scares me because it's the first one of its kind. Right. But I keep just bringing it back to gratitude for having the platform, having the courage, having the vulnerability, having all of that give me the courage and the vision to do it, and to believe that it's that it's of value. It's of value, and it's possible. It's of value. Yeah.
Well, I feel like, number one, honored. Yeah, good to see everybody that's coming on, and Chris and Anne and Yatushka and all your
Yeah,
folks,
all my peoples. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Nice to see everybody. You. The lighting isn't as great for us because we're backlit, but you can get the feel of the vibe here. But
the conversation, yeah.
And the conversation, exactly, which is giving me some emotional feels because one thing I want to tell you is that don't shy away from your emotional being. Don't numb it out. Don't numb it out. The power of your being to transform yourself is in your emotions and using your emotions in constructive ways and to not just suppress your emotions. Use them.
There's no empowerment in suppressing yourself and your light.
That's right.
And you need vulnerability to do it.
You do. You really do. And people go, oh, I don't want. I have people say, it's an old concept, which is vulnerability is weak. I will submit to you that vulnerability is strength. Vulnerability is power.
It's courage. It's courage. It's empowerment. Exactly. Yeah, it 100% is. And if I may just for a second, so I had a tough week.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a really tough week for a million reasons.
Yeah,
I had a tough week. And I kind of fell back into some of my old habits mentally of thought habits that could, lead me in the wrong direction. And then I pulled out the podcast and the books and everything I needed to feel strong again and to fill up my soul, my tank. And I was reminded that number one, anytime you live in the past or the future, you're pretty much screwed because really, the past gives you stress from things you feel like you may have done wrong or whatever. And then the future gives you fears of the unknown. So really there is only now, but it's not just being in the now, it's being in the now and living from your heart.
Somebody's saying you're out of frame. Are you out of frame? No, she's in frame.
Your heart, your passion.
Thank you.
And your voice.
Yeah.
And I realized that I wasn't being true to my voice in a few situations in my life, and that's why I was feeling
down.
Yeah, heavy.
And then repeating stuff
in
the negative and manifesting crap to
Yes, like I'm pretty sure you guys will have to excuse me. That snowstorm yesterday, I 100% manifested it all by myself.
Yeah. I was like, well, I don't know about that, but okay. But it basically was part of your shit show going on in your brain.
My shit show. Oh my
going on in your brain.
My shit show.
But I will say to you that it worked out better in my opinion because we got a day to sort of do regrouping, and so because we were going to have it yesterday, so you just got to go with the flow sometimes.
The energy was just not right yesterday.
Being in the flow is everything, I think.
Everything.
And just letting that happen. I mean, I have to tell you,
everything.
I have been nailed with losing things. A favorite ring of mine, losing my keys. Forgetting my daytimer at home. I know I'm still analog. Doing things just in ways that this is my week also. And not only that, getting some calls from some people who've been through some hell situations as well. And I'm thinking, oh my God, help me have some, I don't know, just save me from the negativity. Anyways, I have to say that immediately when that starts to happen, I go into unhooking, and I invite people watching to imagine the hooks, sort of an ugly meat hook that you hook into your meat of all the crap that you are hooked into, whether it's carrying around, whether it's other people's opinions or other people's thoughts or your comparison of others, comparison, right? Or jealousy, or feeling like you're not good enough, not pretty enough, not handsome enough, not strong enough, not rich enough, not whatever the fuck enough. And and I want you to, wait a minute, put your thumbs into those hooks, and 3, 2, 1, unhook. And just do that once again. Let it go in. Think of all the things you're hooked into. And then 3, 2, 1, unhook. And feel yourself just being freed up from all the things that you feel hooked into. Because honestly, That's the stuff that you have a choice to not stay hooked into. That's your power.
And I just had a huge aha.
Which is?
I dimmed my light this week. And that's why I...
What, you apologized for yourself?
No, I didn't speak my truth.
Oh, yeah. Then there's that.
I didn't speak my truth. Yes. And so all week I've been internalizing.
Yeah. Instead of speaking your truth, you're pleasing others? Yeah. That's, we're very motivated to please others. Because we want to be loved, and we want to belong, and we want to have other people like us. Yeah. And then we don't speak our truth.
And then we dim our lights, and then we feel like crap.
So, what hell have you been through in your life that makes you buy into, I got to please others and dim my light so that I can be loved? So I'll better dim my light so I can be loved. Because somehow maybe they're intimidated by my light, or they're jealous of my light, so I don't want them to feel bad, so I'm going to dim my light. There's so many ways in which we just very naturally dim our light in order to feel loved, in belonging, protected, whatever it may be.
Accepted. Approved. And even when we think we've got that under control, it creeps up.
That's right.
But it takes so much courage.
Discipline and courage.
To be like, okay, I recognize I've done it again. I need to get this back on track because I need to feel good.
That's right.
Because I deserve to feel good. And my light deserves to shine.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it deserves to shine simply because you're alive.
Yeah.
Not because you did something good. Just because you're alive.
Yeah.
I grew up with the messaging, you better work hard for my approval. You better perform for me to approve and like you. Okay? Don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Perform. So I grew up as the hard-working kid. I work real hard. Some kids will go, screw that, I'm going to just fail. No, I went the other way. I went into super doing, super accomplishing, super work. And I engaged in all kinds of activities that were about pleasing my mom, my dad, and totally really dimming myself, which is why I teach this work, because I don't want people to do that anymore. I don't want us, the planet needs us to heal ourselves. And when we heal ourselves, the planet benefits. And that is amazing.
And we give others permission to heal themselves.
That's
too.
Right. That it's not an intimidation that they're healing themselves and being amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. We want that. We need that. Hello, everybody that's on your Instagram.
So Amy just tuned in as well. Amy's a wonderful presenter at 2020 and 2020.
Hey, Amy. So firstly, we're going to post where to get your tickets for the Empowered Tribe Collective 2020 and 2020, which is going to be an amazing, epic day of empowerment for anybody, but essentially it's, go ahead, go do a description.
So it's a women's empowerment symposium, and Victoria's one of the speakers, Amy is another one of the speakers, and we're going to touch on topics like stepping out of fear and into flow.
Yes.
Not dimming your light.
Yeah.
Starting from scratch when you've lost it all. Getting out of the fog of addiction. And reconnecting with your erotic self.
I'm excited.
It's pretty holistic when you think about it. It looks at
totally amazing
at us from every angle. And what I was nervous about is how I was going to introduce each speaker on the day of the event. But I always trust, and I ask the universe to figure it out for me and just let me know how to go about it. And so it's been slowly delivering. And what I love is that for every speaker, I'm going to share a story of myself and how I overcame and how I learned a skill or realized that there was an area that needed improvement. And so this will be a chance for me to be vulnerable and to give other women permission to be vulnerable as well. Because honestly, this is one day where we are going to show up with our hearts on our sleeves. Yeah. We're going to say...
vulnerably, truthfully.
Yeah. I'm here to learn. I'm open. Everything is open. I'm going to listen. I'm going to see what gives me goosebumps, because then I know that it's something that resonates with me. I'm going to share of myself. I can already see it. I know there's going to be lots of hugs and tears by the end of the day.
Oh, for sure.
And I know it's going to take me days to recover emotionally from it because it's going to be so big. And honestly, that's what drives me to run this event, is that the collective power of it is going to be just incredible.
Do you want to type in Empowerment Tribe Collective?
Here?
No, here on mine.
Sure,
here.
yeah.
Can you do it?
So I'm going to go like this so that...
Yes. There it is. So that's where the link is, guys. Because and there's a deal going on right now. We have a giveaway for tickets.
We have a giveaway, yeah. So actually, if you go on Instagram and on the website, which is empoweredtribecollective.com.
Do you want to put the website?
Yeah. Right at the top of the website there, you'll see a link to a contest page, and if you put in your email address, and share the contest with your friends. December 31st, so right for New Year's.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the limit day.
Yep, we're giving away 2 tickets, and it's worth $394 for the 2 tickets,
that's
and you'll get
amazing.
front row seating.
Yeah,
and a swag bag, and
so VIP zone.
VIP. Yeah.
I mean, and also, we're going. What I want. Oh, I love the little image that shows up when we do it. It's so awesome.
Right?
That's great. Yeah, good. Okay, so we're going to start to wrap ourselves up here. But what I want to say to you, Nadia, is this. You have been in the trenches of life, as have I. Yeah. And I'm putting you on the spot. What's the number one thing you have needed to engage in to take yourself out of the trenches to start to shine your light? So it's a day-to-day thing. It's a day-to-day thing that we have to do to shine our light. But what happens when you you haven't, and you're just in the habit of dimming your light, and you're in the trenches? Share with everybody,
So what happens, and how do I recognize that I'm here again in the trench?
Yeah, how do you get out of the trench? What's the first step out of the trench?
For me, it's pulling out books that I know will help get me realigned with my heart and my true self. It's also listening to podcasts from my long list of teachers that I know can help just get my vibration back on track. Help me also realize that, oops, my ego my ego's driving this car right now. I need to reconnect with my heart. I need to, just like you taught me when we did the interview for Empowered Tribe Collective, I need to remember that I'm safe. The power of now.
Yeah.
Breathe. And honestly, just do something that makes you happy for the moment, whether that's like watching Netflix, going for a walk, hugging the crap out of my son if he's around me.
Yeah.
Booking a vacation. Like, I just, as long as I keep doing things that make me happy, I attract more
good stuff.
Yeah. And I will take this lesson from this week, this bad feeling I felt this week, and I didn't realize that I had dimmed my light, and now I can see clearly. I had an aha just sitting here. I dimmed my light this week, and it had a huge negative effect on me. And honestly, I'm gonna try to remember that moving forward, because this might be one thing that I need to work on, is not to dim my light. So, and not to be scared not to dim my light.
That's right.
Be me, because the world needs me. It needs you. It needs you. It needs you. It needs us to be who we are, and we need to be vulnerable and courageous.
Vulnerable and courageous. I think those are the big ones. I'll tell you a step that I work on and I tell people about. And when growing up, the one thing, if you grow up in a situation that you need to dim your light, as I did, one of the healing factors out of that is to start to, first step, just feel your feelings. Like, actually recognize that you're uncomfortable. Recognize that you feel dimmed. Recognize that you are not feeling good. And then pause and start to go, what am I feeling, and what do I want to be feeling? I'm feeling sad, lonely, upset, whatever it may be. And what I want to be feeling is empowered, happy. And so I want you to envision yourself hugging yourself, loving yourself. Because it's like being your own parent, just being your own parent, loving parent, not the parent that
just being gentle,
just
with
being
yourself.
kind and gentle with yourself, and also allowing yourself to say to yourself, "I matter, I matter." because what you were taught often is you don't matter, or what you want,
or your feelings don't matter.
Feelings, I mean, you matter, but your feelings don't matter. You know, you're too dramatic, or you're too sensitive, or you don't have a right to that. Everyone's got it worse than you do, anyways.
Yeah.
Everyone's got it worse than you do, anyways.
Yeah.
So instead, you got to go, no, I matter, and I deserve to love myself simply because I'm alive, not because I'm a performing individual. And that starts to just changing the narrative within. Starts to take you out of it. And when you start to come out of that, just put one foot in front of the other. Ask for help. You're not alone. Reach out. Be vulnerable. And before you know it, you're out of the trench of dimming your light. And you'll start to slowly shine your light. Slowly.
Yeah.
But surely.
Yeah, I feel like today I'm finally feeling better. But this week was just a reminder that I'm human.
You're human. You're human, but you're also amazing. I mean, don't forget, Nadia, you're the one who put a whole organizational group together to get, to have our dear friend Katie, your friend Katie Monroe, have medication for her illness. I mean, you started that ball rolling. You manifested that. I mean, she was struck with 2 different cancers, and UN's like, that's not fair. And the medical company wasn't really bringing her medication. She was being denied. That's not okay. And you came together with your brave courage and vulnerable truth, and you made that happen. You made it happen so that the company would turn around and fund Katie. I mean, that's massive.
Yeah.
That's massive.
You know what? Honestly, it was just heart that drove that whole train.
All heart.
It was all heart.
All heart.
It's pretty amazing what we can accomplish when it comes 100%. From the right place. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the other thing that I noticed that you do is many people are artists and live in utter sheer poverty. You've managed to make a living. You have these amazing business ideas. You have incredible art. I mean, go to NadiaLloyd.com. You can see incredible art. Her muse is the CN Tower, and your stuff is at Casa Life, and your stuff is, in great stores in Kensington on Queen Street.
Look, the AGO gift shop.
The AGO gift shop. I mean, this is a freaking Toronto icon.
Oh.
So go to NadiaLloyd.com, right? NadiaLloyd, NadiaLloyd.com, and go to the Empowered Tribe Collective. Join my group, Courageous Conversations. Hop on my page, Victoria Lorient-Faibish, with Courageous Conversations, and my website, Visualization Works. I have a very free at Visualization Works meditation called Heal the Hurt Child Within, because that is what I feel we need to do, is heal the child within so we can shine our light. And listen, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, happy everything.
Happy everything, and also join us on Empowered Tribe Collective.
Oh, right, yes.
My mission for Empowered Tribe Collective is to uplift, inspire, and so I'm always putting out messages that really are meant to make you think, make you feel good, make you, look at life, see the positive side of things, and just lean in towards empowerment as much as possible. So follow Empowered Tribe Collective.
Follow at Empowered Tribe Collective on Instagram, on Facebook,
and
at the website.
Make sure you sign into the contest for a chance to win 2 tickets.
2 tickets, and follow us on our different social medias. You'll find us. And stay in touch, and we're going to replay this. But in the interim, if this moves you, share it with other people. Because I have to tell you, 2019, the taskmaster planet of Saturn was beating the crap out of us. So
is that what happened?
Yeah, baby. But it's been good because we've gotten our shit together.
Oh my goodness!
Boom, boom, boom.
It's been a big year.
Big year. But 2020 looks to be a little easier. But it's also a year where we're reaping what we've sown.
Oh.
So what'd you sow in 2019?
Thank goodness!
Reaping what we sow. What'd you sow? What'd you sow in 2019?
Thank goodness.
All right? Oof. And just stay with us.
I did a lot of gardening.
Me too, baby. I sowed a lot of seeds. And they weren't weeds. They were not weeds. They were seeds.
Yeah, let's watch them grow now.
Exactly. Woo! Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, sweethearts.
Sending y'all lots of love. And see you in January.
And see you in January, exactly. January 19th, 2020 at the Great Hall.
At the gorgeous
Great Hall. I love that space.
Yeah.
I love that space. We will be wowing you at the Empowered Tribe Collective Day. and just stay with us. It's a good thing.
We're gonna launch 2020 on the right foot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So good to see you.
Always.
Sunny days, beautiful days.
Oh, my heart is full.
My heart is full too. I'm so glad you're here, Nadia.
You.
So glad that I came live again after a couple of months of
and thank you for making me your first.
You're my first.
I'm honored.
Well, you inspire me a lot.
Here.
You inspire me a lot. And my mommy, here's my mommy. Just a little keepsake thing. I just want to say mommy is healing her soul on the other side because we don't die.
No,
the soul lives on. And I just want to show my mom publicly to everybody. She was such a looker. She was such a looker. This was in her
sexy
when she was
lady,
in her 30s. She was quite a looker. I know, smoking. Yes, she did quit eventually, so that's good. All right, guys. Lots of love your way, okay? We'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao for now. Bye. All right, here we go.
And thank you to everyone on Instagram who joined as well. My